Okay, here's a little video tour of Bob the Tricopter, my waterborne tricopter here. So here's the outside. Got little Supo motors on there. And show off a thrust vectoring mount. It's pretty bright, but motor mounts right on there, and that's it. So the wires are kind of waterproof, not really. Just put some heat shrink around it. Sure, I could waterproof it more, but not really planning on getting this part in the water totally. But yeah, so it just works like so. There's just a piece of, I can't really see in there, but it's just an aluminum rod that goes in there. Got it from Ace, and it's just the right inner diameter of that aluminum tubing that it's ready to be threaded for a 440. So that's what I have going on there. So in the box, and this stuff is just U extrusion. You can see there, or channel extrusion, aluminum extruded channels. Also, just got at the hardware store. I think they're typically used for mounting windows and doing the trim on window, like for a house. So inside Bob, there's just a receiver, and it's a Spectrum 2.4 gigahertz receiver, and KK 2.0. Probably upgrade the firmware on that, but anyway, these are, I forget what kind of, I think they're from Altitude Hobbies. They're the 22 amp speed controllers. And it's getting really hot inside the box, and if there was any kind of moisture in there at all, it would get so hot in there that it would steam up and fog up everything. I had the camera in here at one point, and that would really fog up the lens and stuff. So this piece, just aluminum sheet metal pieces that just cut out and bent, and drilled a hole in it and bent it and put it through the Tupperware box for getting that heat outside of the container. I actually had a power down scenario at one point, and I think it was just something got too hot in here and just shut down. I think it was probably the speed controllers, but I'm not sure if all the speed controllers would go like at once like that. Frankly, I don't know what it is that got overheated, but anyway, a little piezo. I mean, that's a really big piezo buzzer hooked up to the KK board, but I had it, so that's it. All the aluminum extruded pieces just zip tied, drilled holes in the Tupperware lid and zip tied them down, and ran the wires through the channel. There's just a strip of PCB here that I just happen to have kicking around, so all that is phenolic. It's just FR4 PCB just as a spacer. And then I've got this through-hole mounted antenna mount here, and so that's ready to have a video transmitter mounted up in here or down in here or something, or wherever, and that'll just screw into it. that's it. My plan is to put just a FPV, like just a small video transmitter, or a small FPV camera inside the box here, and then have my GoPro mounted somewhere else on here so that it would actually be below the water line. And I'm thinking that this camera would be above the water line. Last time that one sunk down far enough so I could see underwater. That's waterproof, and so that was really nice, except I found that it was basically almost impossible to maneuver when the water line was right about here, and so any kind of pitch or roll would sink the motors in the water, and that wasn't good. So that's it. I was stupid and didn't do a dry fit on my speed controller mount, or the speed controller aluminum piece there, and so turned out after I siliconed them into the case, then they interfered with this flap, so I had to cut that out. No biggie. This is kind of just a throw together build, so not too worried about it. Same on that side. So that's it. I'm going to have the GoPro mounted so that it sits under the water, and have some longer feet on there so that I can land on land and not hit the GoPro on the bottom. And I'll probably have some foam insulation or foam pieces in that area too, to add buoyancy to the whole system. So that's it for this build. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to comment. I'll monitor it pretty closely and get back to you as thoroughly as I can and quickly. So that's Bob the Tricopter. Thank you very much.